It is, and he does tend to have a fair bit of fun on the Cassante as well, so maybe that one is not going to go into the negatives column. Let's have a look at what is going to be banned away. I assume Varus, Rumble, Bard, Orianna, Nocturne will be banned. Maybe the Xin Zhao sneaks through this time, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Java and Pantheon gone. Xin Zhao priority definitely rises, so we'll see if that is something that looks to be secured here, because now Kiwoom DRX can just ban it again. Obviously, the Karma was taken out last game, so don't have to deal with that prospect.
Yeah, this is the one flex ban that that they have. And we'll see what it is going to be. You could ban that Lucian that we were talking about before. Gen.G with that first pick is Caitlyn going to be taken off the board. And so now if you do want the Lucian Milio, which is a possibility here, Gen.G would have to pick one of them now.
Yeah. Do you go in that direction? Do you just secure the Xin Zhao? That is kind of the question. Going for the Annie instead, which is a first pick we've seen be quite popular. So not really opting into either of those. If I'm Kiwoom DRX here, I think you could just go Xin Zhao Lucian in this situation.
Yeah, honestly, the answering Lucian Milio as well is pretty fantastic into an Annie. So I do like it.
Yeah, the one concern is if you go Lucian Xin Zhao, do they just take Milio away? Because Milio's pretty good with Lucian and good into Nami. Good into Annie.
Yep.
So
I think maybe you have to lock in the full bottom lane here. I don't think you can mess around and leave the Milio up, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Go in that direction. I feel like we've seen this kind of develop a lot, where first pick ends up getting like their entire top side, and then second pick picks up that bot lane in the first two. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gen.G go jungle top here, maybe securing a Xin Zhao for Canyon, but instead they're actually going towards the bot lane.
Kog'Maw Lulu?
Kog'Maw Lulu might just come out.
Oh, that'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, it's really hard to trade with this as the Lucian Milio, because you kind of have similar cooldowns on your power windows, right? The W on Milio, the W on Kog'Maw. And Lucian tries to play for the base trades. Kog'Maw just won't let that happen. You go for the base trade, he's going to run you down and just keep spamming autos on you.
This is kind of fun. We did see this out of Pays earlier on this season. Did look very, very good on that one as well. I believe it was also the Kog'Maw Lulu lane, which is kind of the guaranteed lane that you get. The price of this, though, is allowing the Xin Zhao to go over. And so Kiwoom DRX have a very powerful core with Milio Xin Zhao, which has found a lot of success.
Yeah, interesting as well that they opt to go for the Xin Zhao here. I mean, I understand it completely. Definitely a strong pick you want to prioritize. And you can't ban away the Trundle and give it a better matchup. But it does mean that Aurora, which we often see into the Annie, is going to get taken out, I expect, by Gen.G in these bans. And trimming away some of the power there. I wonder if they go for another jungle ban here, because we often see Annie Wukong be a powerful combo. Sometimes it's Annie Lee Sin. These are all possible combos that you go for, or they may just opt to save it and put a ban towards top lane instead.
So there's that Aurora ban that you were talking about. I do think, like, Lulu opens up some interesting doors as well. We were talking about Naafiri earlier on. The Naafiri Lulu has been very powerful with that wild growth on the doggo, and with the Lee Sin Trundle both banned away, maybe there is some leeway for Canyon to get towards that.
The guaranteed dive in into the... It's kind of like the Nocturne Lulu we saw, but just like a bit of a different flavor.
Yep.
And obviously being a short-range AD carry, Lucian would be kind of vulnerable to that. The Lee Sin ban does come out, getting rid of that pairing.
One last mid lane ban, perhaps?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer to Annie necessarily is, and neither to Gen.G. They're just going to take away the Jace, make sure that Rich isn't on that one.
I guess with Kiwoom DRX, I'm kind of a little concerned if the Jace comes out last. It could be a problem for Kiin, depending on what he takes. They are just going to go for the Renekton here on 4.
That's an odd one. Yeah, the fact that the Annie's already showing.
They wanted to prioritize that with Nah and Jace gone. There is still picks that can be taken into it, like Vayne.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Kiin's willing to try his hand at that again, as obviously it's not been his most successful pick over his career.
Yeah, I think a lot of Gen.G fans would prefer to forget that, as this would be a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
God. We are playing full Juggernaut. That is so cool. Okay, so Shen to provide a huge shield for the Kog'Maw that already has big shields.
Do you know who's going to be going crazy right now?
Cloud Templar.
No.
Oh.
We did.
Wait.
Because this is the stuff that G2 did.
Yeah, exactly.
Against Gen.G, and we did have that drawing that he was doing with the Shen and the Kog'Maw. No Mundo, it seems like, coming through for Gen.G.
And the Naafiri that we were talking about, the consideration here, and can join with the Shen as well. So not only are you delivering a wild growth into the backline, but you're delivering a ninja there as well.
Yeah, this honestly feels pretty devious from Gen.G, and Kiwoom DRX considering the Cassiopeia as an option to shut down some of this threat.
I mean, could be all right. Obviously doesn't do a whole lot with the miasma into the Annie. Instead, going to be locking away the Viktor. We did see Showmaker have a pretty good time on the Viktor, even if they ultimately did lose that game.
I think this might be really tough for Kiwoom DRX.
Yeah.
Some like the lane matchup bot is going to be a tough time. And then just the fact that you have the guaranteed dive in of the Naafiri with the wild growth, then with the Shen on top, I struggle to see how Ucal and LazyFeel are going to survive against that. And that doesn't even mention the fact that there's an Annie as well.
Yeah, this is the thing. They've got so much peel for this Kog'Maw, and then they've also got so many extra threats that you also have to deal with.
So much dive as well. And also, if you're starting the fight, Kog'Maw can just ult on top of the target you're going for, which can do a good amount of damage if they're on lower HP to finish them off. So much dive threat, so much flexibility from Gen.G in this composition to kind of play the game as they like.
Yep, Joker and Ryu, of course, formerly teammates on BNK4X.
Oh, there's his graphic.
There it is. The idea is 2 of them in the same game. Oh, absolutely insane. You did mention the Dr. Mundo, but I think the Naafiri on this patch especially, even though he's probably not going to go the fun rune, is still going to be feeling very, very good. And we've seen it paired with the Lulu very effectively. This is a Gen.G that are actually evolving and changing. That's very, very cool. Yep. We've seen Gen.G stick to the same meta for an entire year, despite the fact that it has been changing around them and just be good enough. This time around, they are adjusting. There are almost fan chants. I could almost hear them. We don't quite get them, as of course, this is a roadshow, so it's going to be a different story. As already, Duro and Ruler just trying to spit on LazyFeel and Andil here. And that is not a negative thing. That's just how Kog'Maw works.
Yeah.
Although I guess technically not with this skin because he's just a metal. I used to call this skin the oven. He just kind of looks like an oven. It's like all powered up.
A weird oven.
It's a weird oven, but it is an oven nonetheless. Or kind of like those the machines from the Matrix.
Yeah. Interesting he didn't opt to go for the Kog'Maw.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of very, very cool Kog'Maw skins. This is
like the butterfly one.
Yeah, the Monarch Kog'Maw. I like that one a lot. But the Kog'Maw is very good. The Jurassic Kog'Maw, also fantastic. Just a skeleton.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Just being a pretty butterfly is just so great.
Both these AD carries, pretty strong level 2 spikes. But I think it's going to be a bit tricky for Kiwoom DRX trading into this combo.
Especially when they hit level 2. It is going to be met. LazyFeel and Andil hitting it as well.
That's big. They bait out the W from the Milio, and now Ruler has his W to look for some trades. Decent trade back though, honestly, from LazyFeel.
Yep. And Ruler just going to use it to farm from range right there. Has gone for the Doran's bow as well, which is kind of cute.
Yeah, I think it makes sense with Kog'Maw. Attack speed obviously very valuable, but Willa is here and he's in trouble.
Oh yeah, they get the shield, but Ruler still has to flash. The wind becomes lightning. Caustic Spittle is kind of just landing every time. It's pretty nice. As we have the first game on Naafiri for Canyon and Kiin as well. Yeah, that's a lot of playing for the first time. We did know about the Kog'Maw, as obviously only Pays has played it so far. Now Kiin just trying to put on his best Broken Blade impression.
Yeah, we also got the changes to Dusk and Dawn on this patch, so it's a little bit worse statted, but it now heals you every time you proc the Sheen effect, so pretty powerful.
Yeah, likely to be a pickup for the Shen, you could imagine. See whether he is just going to go the Kanavi's and Zhao build. You could just do that. Titanic Hydra into the Dusk and Dawn.
That was the build that Broken Blade went. Titanic, Dusk and Dawn, then Vandal Pipes.
Yep. And I think that that was the build that, was it Rich that played Shen? Someone played Shen quite recently in the LCK here as well, but my memory is failing me right now as to who exactly it was. But I think it was a very similar build.
Yeah.
Definitely had Bandle Pipes.
Also the Spellblade healing on Dusk and Dawn scales with bonus scales with AP and bonus HP. So it can be quite sizable on a tankier champ like Shen.
Yeah, goes back home and just a cloth armor. So we're not getting very much information as to what's being built just yet.
Yeah, no indications there.
Just grabbing a couple of them. I think he's just going to get a cheeky Bramble Vest to start off the lane, make sure that he's as comfortable as possible and deny as many Choldemeeks as he can. All right. Oh, that denial was pretty nice and even draws Rich under the turret. He's been practicing. He has been practicing the Shen. This guy has studied his X-Petu VODs.
Yep. Playing the matchup pretty well so far. Still pushed in by Rich, but Kiin's going to hit level 6 soon. And at that point, making plays becomes a much more difficult calculation for Kiwoom DRX if you want to be proactive, which you definitely do into this Gen.G composition.
Yeah, having a look here, Chovy is looking a little worse for wear up against the range advantage that Ucal does have. Ruler also had to go back quite early, and so LazyFeel with a decent advantage down here towards this bottom side.
Ruler's inventory looks so funny because it just looks like the same item at different angles.
Yeah, true. Doran really did just copy the recurve. As Canyon does land a few of these the daggers, but is otherwise not going to look for much more than that. As Chovy and Ucal continuing to fight. Willa just going to be following the dog around the jungle, though, as we can see. Great polymorph onto LazyFeel here. Will denied that trade, but that Light Slinger somehow landing. Pretty powerful as wow. That smite came down from the sky as we trade some R buttons.
Tend to do that.
Yeah, it does. That is kind of a way. Never really thought of it like that.
Well, Will is looking, but he has been spotted now. Canyon's going to try and force him away.
Yeah, when comes lightning coming on down as Canyon fighting this, does go untargetable to try and avoid some of that damage and just flips over the wall. Will be all right. But Willer is also keeping him at bay. Exactly right. Canyon's in a bit of trouble. Duro is going to make his way over, though. The rest of Kiwoom DRX really do want to try and do something about this. Canyon's out of this fight completely. LazyFeel is so low, though, as Ruler looking for some angles. And Willa, he's forced to flash. It's the flash forward from Duro to grab first blood for the Lulu.
Canyon was just keeping Willa at bay for the most part, getting chunked out, losing the trade, but chunking him down. So when Willa says, you know what, I'm going for your bot lane, he's already lost enough health that he can't really make the play happen. A great polymorph from Duro, and the Kog'Maw Lulu showing why it is such a strong combo.
Yeah, working out very, very nicely. He's here on this top lane. Pressing Q is Kiin, but let's have a look at this replay one more time.
So Willa's already like 45% HP, comes in and gets polymorphed immediately, isn't able to stack up a knock up on a Ruler, has to flash away and then just goes down. And a lot of summoners been. LazyFeel just surviving because of the barrier there.
And the spectator bug looking super weird, making Flash look like a dash.
Yeah.
For Duro, that confused me a lot. But thankfully it made the noise, so that helps.
Audio cues helping out.
Yep. Oh, Chovy representing the new Pandemonium Annie skin as well. Look at that.
You know, there's some people who play League of Legends with no sounds.
Oh, that's so hard.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, and this was from a while ago, but I'm pretty sure Santorin said he played with no sounds.
Just no sound at all?
Yeah.
Isn't sound incredibly important?
I feel like especially as the game has progressed with things like Scion Ultimate, there's even more audio cues.
Maybe he was playing at the time where Amumu was like global, as I'm gonna have to hold that thought as Willa gets ulted on here by Canyon, and it's just the Shen delivery. Willa tries to take the scuttle exit, and that will be denied as Canyon gonna grab the second kill here. And this is the danger, right? Like, Canyon can just go in anytime that the Stand United is available, and that will happen. Oh goodness, the polymorph is pretty powerful, isn't it? As the culling comes down, but LazyFeel may just die. Has to dash away.
Yeah, Ruler about to get his ultimate. He's trying to get the level. There it is.
Yeah, looking artillery coming down, but it is relatively low range at rank 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Santorin who said that, but I'm not 100%. So, you know, fact check that before you make assumptions.
Yep.
But
we have the confirmation that it was Rich who did play the Shen last week, and he did have the same build.
but
that was on the patch prior.
You know what is nice to see, though?
What is that?
We've seen a lot of these Naafiris go Spirit Shojin first on like a more bruiser Naafiri build. Canyon is going straight for the Cyclo Sword. He's abusing the new item.
That's my boy.
And that item is disgusting. I mean, just ults in, and Willis level 5, not able to contest, really, not able to disengage with it. And with no flash, it's just an easy pickings for the combo off that Naafiri Shen.
And Canyon is the guy that just plays lethality champions into Xin Zhao and kills him all the time. Like, he was the guy that Kazakh's owner, if you remember, in that final.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's just making it work in a similar vein this time around. Brutalizer completed. Really nice to see that item back. I know it's been back for a little while now, but still very happy, as that one was so good back in the day. My goodness, so incredibly stat efficient, my God. All right, Kiin up here having a good time against Rich. But Rich is also doing fine. So, I mean, the Shen is kind of happy just scaling up, but Rich isn't falling behind, and yeah, he picks it up. Cyclizer.
So, the way they change this item is it now procs your Energize on abilities once you've completed it. You get extra lethality after you proc it.
Yep.
And you deal damage equal to, when you're melee, 9% of the target's current health.
Whoa, the doggos came from everywhere here as Canyon does make his way up, but not before dealing a lot of damage to LazyFeel. Drake goes over to Kiwoom DRX though, and LazyFeel has some honey fruit to eat to help him get back to a decent health bar.
Yeah, so you saw Canyon go in, do a lot of damage, but didn't quite have the follow-up to make it fully work, and it is Kiwoom DRX picking up the dragon.
Yeah, you can see Chovy looking a little worse for wear in this mid lane as well. As Canyon desperately wanting to find an angle here. Does not have it right now, as Wind Becomes Lightning is going to miss. That might be an invitation here, as a dagger will connect onto LazyFeel. Now the flash in, but the polymorph is instant. Duro has been too good on this Lulu at denying any of the action, but Rich, he's dominating forward. The flash from Duro, and Ruler is looking a little too tasty. He's going to get taken down. Oh no!
He has barrier.
That's the Acathian surprise, and LazyFeel does have the barrier to deal with it. Otherwise, he would have been definitely dead.
It was really nice.
Moving up towards the top side.
From Ruler, the ult into passive utilization.
Yeah.
But LazyFeel, cool, calm, and collected, able to mitigate that play. TP comes down from Rich, able to save this one. And you know, we were talking about how the Shen could be so proactive, but this time the Renekton finding an angle to make things happen, trying to back away here from the play, and Ruler's just very overextended in this position.
Yeah, didn't even really see an angle to flash because Rich was there waiting on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
I like that LazyFeel waits till the very last second as well to say, no, 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 I'm going to be fine.
That's the thing with the Kog'Maw passive. There's like an audio cue when it's building up.
Yeah,
Why sounds tend to be really important in League of Legends.
Someone needs to tell Santorin. It's all right, Duro might be in trouble again, as Lightsling and Carling coming on forward. Does get the stands united, but that means that Kiin, now with no teleport or ulti, is going to be a long way away from this turret, and LazyFeel will get a barrier out from Ruler.
So my general view of Shen is that the ult feels so much better when you're being proactive. Like when Canyon dove in for that fight and had the ult on top, that's exactly what you want for the Shen.
Oh,
what feels bad is when you ult to stop a kill happening, you don't really get any benefit other than mitigating a play, and you just lose so much on the other side of the map. So, you know, Kiin saves his teammate, but I don't think it really gets the value he wanted.
2 waves. He just lost 2 waves.
Yeah, and plates over to Rich as well.
Yeah, so this is a very happy Crocodile. Still a decent lead. By decent, I mean they still have a lead as Gen.G. But Kiwoom DRX really answering very nicely as R buttons just getting thrown around here. Ruler does have his Rage Blade now completed. So that is first item done. LazyFeel as well, Essence Reaver is done, and he is really playing like a man possessed today. Was the only one with a gold lead, but now Rich is going to join him. So Kiwoom DRX, I mean, this is looking very similar to last time these two teams met, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, LazyFeel and Andil have been doing well in the 2v2.
Yeah.
I was thinking they would struggle with some of these trades into the Kog'Maw Lulu, especially as they're extended, but they're able to handle it pretty well there. Rich just finishes stacking up his coal in this matchup.
A good movement there as well to avoid the Shadow Dash. So just pretty happy Crocodile. Doesn't have his teleport for the next little while, though, so not going to be making any more of those big plays. As it's Canyon moving towards his top side. Kiin looks for the taunt, does not get it. Kiin not pulling the trigger on the taunt flash.
Yeah, I'll just take that summoner.
Yep.
In that situation. Ardent Sensor completed here for Duro with the Ginsus from Ruler. Pretty strong combo, but Andil has that Echoes of Hellion completed as well.
Yep, LazyFeel has been done with his item as well pretty quickly. As LazyFeel now with the culling, Ruler down to 50%, but LazyFeel as well looking a little bit worse for wear. Ruler just kills him! And he just stands his ground. I mean, it looked very, very close, but now Chovy's moving in, looking for Andil. He will find the stun. There's the ulti from Canyon, and that is going to guarantee it. Down goes the Milio, and Canyon uses doggos to tank up the turret as well.
LazyFeel trying to make the aggressive play, but the sustained damage and the protection of this combo allows Ruler to turn the play around. Does get
the item spikes as well, really helping out.
Yeah. So using the minions here to block some of the culling and just getting the damage down as LazyFeel goes aggressive. The protection for Ruler as well. You can see the damage from the Mega Fire Kick. Then he takes him down in here. Chovy goes in and just Qs. You know, knows that he doesn't have to try and outplay Andil when you have a point-and-click stun, tracks the flash, Canyon's there for the cleanup, and it's a big influx of gold for Gen.G, adding about 1,000 gold to their lead they had before.
Yeah, and it was really Kiwoom DRX finding some inroads, you know, making up some ground, but they lose a lot of it as they slip on down. Should still be Double Dragon, though, as we can see. They will be able to group up for this one and take it down. Looks like Gen.G are distracted by things elsewhere. Canyon on the Krugs right now, so it is going to be Chemtech Soul the second time today, Aux. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's just happening more and more. Ucal taking some damage here as we have our buttons traded once again, and Willa fighting against Canyon. The Cycler Sword working out here as Rich trying to get around this minion wave. Polymorph comes on in once again as Ruler wanting to get some plate value where he can. And Canyon could be in some trouble. Is of course the Naafiri, so it can bounce over walls and go untargetable, so it'll be all right.
That's one of the things with Naafiri is that obviously the W is a great tool for disengaging, but the E is on such a short cooldown, you really have to kind of mess up to get caught out. So even though Canyon looks in a precarious position, is able to disengage quite comfortably. Do you see Gen.G's bot lane putting more pressure down on the top side, and Chovy moves in to defend bot lane. A lot of plates being picked up, but not able to translate into a tower yet.
Yeah, dangerous time, Kiwoom DRX, because the Stand United is off cooldown. So Gen.G, there's a lot of ability to make plays, especially if Canyon's anywhere near Duro. Can make things very hard. As, man, the Titanic Hydra Q procs just do so much damage.
Yeah, that's something that people I feel really underestimate. Shen is how much damage this champion is capable of putting out. It can be a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, certainly looks like it, as Shelly now trying to fight against Canyon, very close to his Black Cleaver, as well as LazyFeel taking some damage from Ruler. Caustic Spittle coming on down as he gets the extra movement speed, and man, this Lucian just cannot really trade at this point in time as Ruler walking up towards Willa, has to sidestep the living artillery as Ucal coming on over, gets down a gravity well, but that is all he's really able to offer, and down will go Shelly with not much of a response.
This Cog Lulu just posing such a threat right now. If KRX aren't able to like step up and threaten, he can just get so much damage down to anyone in range. And this composition from Kiwoom DRX is pretty short range. There's no one who's that capable of outranging Ruler other than the culling. That's the only thing that's really a threat. The Arcane Storm can get dropped on you. Those are kind of the concerns. But otherwise, you can kind of just free fire.
Yeah. And they take down their second turret of the game. Kiin destroying the top lane and Ruler destroying mid. So 3.3k is what this gold lead has expanded to. Kiin goes back, buys some shoes. Dusk and Dawn probably going to be coming in next if history has taught us anything about what our pros like to build on the Shen. Honestly, I feel like you can build so many items and they work on Shen.
Yeah, I just saw Ruler build the wrong item and refunded it, but it came up with what's it called? The I don't know why it slipped my mind. Fiend Hunter Bolt.
Like? Ah, the Fiend. Yeah.
And I was like,
up with that.
I was like, huh. And then he refunded it and went Naafiri. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
that looks better.
This kind of just gives you so much W uptime as long as you're able to hit targets with your W. You can see in the bottom left the cooldown. and get refunded while you're using your W. So he's still got his W up, and the cooldown is back up.
That's ludicrous. It's now Canyon getting turned on here. Might need to flash away and does so. Gets Wild Growth, a very defensive one, but still will keep him alive. And didn't have to invest too much on the side of Kiwoom DRX, right? It's just a culling.
Yeah.
That'll be off cooldown pretty soon. So the problem is they invest a lot of position on the map.
Yeah, they do. And you can just see how much presence there is, though, from, again, from this bot lane duo. But yeah, the Naafiri just means that one of the big weaknesses of Kog'Maw is...
yeah, W or bust, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll hold our thought for a moment. The ulti in from Kiin is rich, I think, has overextended. Teleport from Ucal as well may immediately be regretted as the reset comes on forward, and it's a double kill for this Naafiri. Now an angry Pandemonium Tibbers is running on top of them as Kiin gets a big old shield. He's going to survive as Ruler is now just hitting them with all of his buttons from a very long way away. Shelly also getting involved, just going to get a charge onto the turret. Won't be able to take it down just yet. Canyon will be able to take down this Brambleback. And Gen.G off to a 6,000 gold advantage in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, Tibbers does miss there onto Rich, and he thinks, okay, well, this is my time to go. Unfortunately, there's a ton of backup. We kind of highlighted the Shen before, but it just, the Viktor TP ending up in this situation against these two champions, not a great time. Ruler even jumps in to follow up. The bleed from Naafiri taking him out.
Yeah.
And for those who do have a gluten intolerance, Ruler's build is no longer okay for you.
That's one for you, Hysterics. I hope you're doing okay. As he was the one that messaged me about it. He's saying the glutinous greaves would be a purchase he's not willing to make, as they could be dangerous.
Yeah.
My friend Tom as well. Just not a huge fan of gluten. But they are gluttonous in a lot of cases.
Gluttonous
when we're on the broadcast with you, they're the glutinous greaves.
Say something one time, and you have to live with it forever.
You've locked it in.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more fun. That's all right. Canyon taking some damage here from Willa. Might be able to offer a little bit back, but does get fiery kicked. And that is going to be the end of that. Still, there is Kiwoom DRX, who did manage to pick up Double Dragon. Will they be able to get Triple Dragon, though, is the question. And by the amount of damage Willa took, I think the answer might be no, as Chovy taking some damage here. Tibbers just gets pulled back, and Willa is out of this fight. So that is going to be Gen.G locking down the Drake with not much of a response.
Such a struggle for Kiwoom DRX to push up here. I mean, they have 2 dragons in the bag, so it's not the end of the world that this one goes over Gen.G, especially with it being a Chemtech Soul, but this gold discrepancy once again, it's not as extreme as game 1, but that doesn't say much.
It still feels extraordinarily extreme as Canyon just going to ult on top of LazyFeel. And the Living Artillery comes down. There's Willa finding a bit of an angle here as Canyon just bounces his way out, almost survives. The Wind Becomes Lightning does go wide, but Willa able to walk it off with the help of Andil and all of his buttons. And so they take down Canyon, and they lose no one.
Insane that Willa's able to get out of that again. Andil coming in clutch there to save his jungler. Now Kiin stepping up.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to be able to keep the Raptor alive. Wow. That is just a dead Willa. Kiin just walks up and cues him with some of these autos. He does have to flash to get himself out, as the Shadow Dash does finally come off cooldown.
Yeah, the Shen burst is just a little bit obscene.
Yeah.
I'll say very impressive for Willa to survive there. I spoke too soon.
Well, I mean, in that moment, it was. And then afterwards, it wasn't.
Yeah. LazyFeel dashing towards his jungler. The expectation was he'd dash towards the tower. He's very low on HP, though, after the ult from Kog'Maw. And then Willa diving in on the Canyon, keeping up with him. That heal for the ult to the end from Andil, keeping Willa alive, but then just a little bit of an overstep here. It's like he's a Shen. What's he going to do?
Did Duro get the Raptor? I think he might have.
I didn't see, but perhaps.
Not massively important, but it is funny.
Yeah, it's crazy how low Andil and LazyFeel both ended up on the back end of Ruler's ult connecting. Definitely scary.
Yeah. What's also scary is a Chovy that hasn't built a dash cannon. He's gone Leandri's. And there is a lot of health stacking.
Deathfire Touch with burns, but yeah, not build. I mean, I think he's maybe gone a third.
I mean, he's definitely going to build it this game.
Yeah.
It's just weird that like he normally builds at first item.
He does love that item. Actually, doesn't he normally go Malignance into Rocket Belt on Annie?
Yeah, oftentimes that would be the thing.
Whereas he went Leandries.
Maybe that's just the way he's evolved the build.
Yeah.
Culling is going to hit onto Ruler. Let's get shielded though as another ult in from Canyon. Finds a triple man. Wild growth there as well. And the Crescent Guard I don't think is going to be guarding anything at all. Down they go. One after the other. Ucal another. Pretty unfortunate teleport to say the least as Rich just gets a mega cone out of there. And now this gold lead has erupted.
Seeing to great effect the Naafiri Lulu combo from Canyon and Duro just flying in there and disrupting completely Kiwoom DRX.
Dusk and Dawn's completed, by the way, guys. And Kiin is really making it look pretty busted.
Yeah.
And it has been nerfed, right? Well, kind of nerfed, because now it heals the Shen.
Well, yeah.
It becomes more immortal, I guess.
It's got a little less stats on it, but the healing pretty powerful in duels or even just in a team fight. Here, though, that combo. The triple knock-up, then Canyon commits onto the kill on the LazyFeel and then can ult back out again. Ucal's TPs haven't been the greatest this game. No. Viktor kind of just ends up in the middle of where you don't want to be.
Yep, certainly some Donald Glover happening for the Viktor, unfortunately. And Canyon's 5-1-4 now.
Yeah, he's been having a great series.
He really has. And that's 3 pretty proactive games in a row for Canyon. It's a great thing to see. And I can confirm that back when we had that previous replay, Duro did indeed get the Raptor.
Oh my god, that damage onto Rich is just ungodly.
It's not fair. Oh, and his Endless Hunger is now done for Canyon as well. So
Endless Hunger also did get buffed on this patch to now it operates different for ranged and melee. So melee champions get more ability haste per AD.
That sounds strong.
So yeah, even better for Canyon.
Oh, Shadow Dash going to connect onto Ucal, but not too much more going to come of it.
I mean, ability haste on Naafiri is just a little obscene because his E already has basically no cooldown.
And getting more Ws, I think, sounds like a pretty silly thing to be able to do.
Yeah, and just spamming your Q, because not only is it a lot of damage, but you get the healing as well if you hit 2, so...
What's going on here? It's just an Annie walking a crocodile down. And in the meantime, there is a siege towards this bottom side. LazyFeel was coming on over to see whether he could assist Rich, but Chovy catches wind of it. We'll just back away and then move on back to take down this inhibitor turret. Just the war of attrition is something that Kiwoom DRX cannot handle.
Yeah, you can see Ruler getting the damage down on the tower here. It looks like they're trying to set up for a play. There's no deep TP wards, though.
Yeah, Kiin is going down very low. Still does not have flash. So Duro is going to have to help him. The wild growth is going to be employed.
Oh, look at Canyon.
And United is going to be there. Let's see whether Kiin is going to make his way back in as Canyon has to go untargetable and is just obliterated. The 1 versus 5 was an optimistic angle. We were applauding his proactivity. That might be a step.
That was a little too proactive, yeah.
Yeah. There's proactive and then it's there's the other thing. Is Ruler's going to have to flash, but he's then able to do a fair bit of damage. Sans United comes on forward. The fire kick's brilliant, though, to make sure that he goes down, and Rich is the one to punish him. Kiin, what the hell was that damage? As he just kills LazyFeel.
I think that was the Kog'Maw in combination.
It was that as well. But Rich now going to try and fight Chovy here. Duro moving on over to support. And there are 4 left alive on the side of Kiwoom DRX. They are looking real good. They might even be able to get soul point off this.
Yeah, should be able to. A great play coming out from Kiwoom DRX on the back of some... Oh, Chovy.
Well, he is going to dive towards Ucal here as Wind becomes lightning, but doesn't connect onto Chovy. Q does land, and Chovy is looking a little worse for wear. Gets the Molten Shield, though, and Tibbers will get angry, but I don't think it's going to be angry enough to kill Will it, or will it?
Oh, the burn?
Yeah, the burn is doing a whole lot of work. And Canyon, he's back! And so no dragon for Kiwoom DRX. As he gets in range for the ulti, and he takes down Willa. The resets fly forward, an instant triple. And yeah, I don't think LazyFeel wants any part of this.
Oh, and the kick from Andil was so good. I was thinking, has he just saved his entire team? The answer, sadly, was no. Canyon able to find the first kill, get those resets in and clean that up. This was a very long passage of play. He was a little overextended, yeah. And there's no TP flank from like a Renekton, so they are able to just walk it out. But then Canyon comes in, and it's like, I'm so strong. I can do this. Kiin ult me.
I'm flanking.
Kiin doesn't ult him. Kiin's like, I'm going to go heal in base. I'm going to save my ult for someone else who's not as crazy. as Canyon is right now.
Yeah, I could see Kiin's expression when he was saying, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and then he does ult in on a Ruler, and Ruler just dies. And then it was this burst combo of Kiin's damage and the Kog'Maw that just cut the kill there.
So the Acathian surprise is part of what caught me by surprise there. So named correctly, very nicely done.
Now though, you see Gen.G taking a lot of these structures, only one inhibitor left, and Wave is coming in now. That turret is not long for this world.
Yeah, flash taunt, not quite. Oh, that was Mikhail's quite nicely there. So Ucal going to stay alive. Still they take down the turret. Rich turns up. Great knock up with the Wild Growth, but Kiin will be taken out. Kiwoom DRX looking a little worse for wear, but they're the ones that grab the kills. Willa goes in and then he goes out. Oh, that was
Did he shake it all about?
Yeah, he did the hokey pokey, and he's doing it in the death chamber now. As Kiwoom DRX, without their jungler, it is 4v4, but these Nexus turrets are really struggling at the hands of Ruler especially. Can hit them from such a far distance away. First one is going to be taken down, the next one soon to follow. As the poke is just kind of ludicrous here. Chovy finds an angle onto Rich there as well. Does get that stun down. As every time a dagger lands, I get terrified for someone just bleeding to death.
12 seconds on Willa.
Yeah, Chovy looking for an angle here. Doesn't get stunned up as the living artillery is so problematic as in goes Canyon once again. Man, he is just not afraid of pressing that button. The living artillery grabbing another kill here as both LazyFeel and Ucal are the victim of that one. Willa now on the fountain as Rich is going to get taken out. There's the triple for Ruler. Will they let him pick up the penta? No, because Chovy just kills the Nexus. Oh my gosh, again! He does it as Gen.G pick up the 2-0 in Hanoi. What a dominant showing out of this team, especially Canyon.
Yeah.
Man, he was not afraid of going in.